Back to another Worthless Mutts Gore, the dog butcher, back again to shine the light on this horrendous dog culture. Uh, I have another video that I've been working on all week that I'm going to upload later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But today is July the 1st, 2022. And this day is Canada Day. So I was a bit curious. I've touched base in some um, Canadian dog attacks. It does happen, but it's not as prevalent or relevant as dog attacks in America. Um, Again, I live in a very dog nutter community. Almost everyone has a dog. You constantly see people walking their dog every time you drive, every time you step outside the house. I'm still, I guess I could say I'm blessed, or maybe grateful is probably the better word to use. I'm grateful that I didn't have to or haven't experienced um any horrible dog experiences. I've never been attacked. I've rarely heard anyone getting attacked. The most I can complain about in my area is sometimes these dog nuts don't pick after their worthless mutt. Sometimes these dog nuts allow their worthless mutt to defecate in the parks on the grass where people play, where children play soccer, roll on the ground. Sometimes they allow their dogs into the splash pad area where kids are. Uh, there are a few pit bulls in the area. I haven't had again any major incidents or seen any, but again, I shouldn't be happy because hey, I'm living pretty good while other people around the world are living horrible when it comes to these dogs. Other places, maybe India or Korea, North Korea or South Korea, there's stray dogs around. In America, nearly every day there's a dog attack in almost every city or every state. South America, same thing. In the UK, it's the same thing. Um, or maybe they're just not. Maybe in Canada they're just not being reported as much. I don't 100% know. From time to time, I guess there will be some dog attack, but there's nothing in terms of Canada. There has not. None has been as major as the ones that I hear happening in America. Because every day it's like a child, a baby's attack, the owner's attack in America. Whereas in Canada, it's you don't hear much. You really don't. But there are a few stories that I want to share with you regarding dogs in Canada. I gathered a few things. Okay, I'm gonna start here. We're gonna start here. So again, I like to go in fresh. I usually don't read before I look at things. So in Canada, public debates on dog attacks are dominated by studies from the United States. Electronic search of media report in Canadian newsstand database for the years 1990 to 2007 identified 28 fatalities from dog bite injuries. This is in Canada. Yep. So only 28 fatalities in 17 years in Canada. Just It's still one too many. But again, you compare it to the United States. Whew, man, we're Canada is like Skittles basically. Fun fact is in this case series were owned known dogs, residential location, children's unsupervised access to area with dogs, and rural remote areas including Aboriginal Reserve in the prairies, a higher proportion of sled dogs and possible mixed breed dogs, as aka the pit bull, in Canada than in the United States caused fatalities as did multiply dog rather than single dog. So, like mixed breed dogs in Canada then in the United States caused fatalities as did multiple dogs rather than single dogs. Free roaming dog pack reported only from rural communities caused most unreserved fatality. Future studies are needed to assess if this rural-urban divide is observed in non-fatal attacks and if the breeds that bite in Canada are different from the breeds that killed. All right, so pretty much they're just beating around the bush. You know, they're writing a lot of stuff, but they're just not, getting to the point. Like, get to the point. So add in Canada 1 to 2 human deaths a year on average can be attributed to dog attacks, a statistic that is comparable with the annual average of 15 deaths in the United States. So it's, again, compared to the United States, Canada is very, very puny. But that's not, I'm not going to celebrate though, because again, we have people all over the world that are being tormented by dogs. And if dog lovers expect me, hey, this guy's living good, why are you complaining? Why not? I mean, don't you support... I'm not going to say that, but it's hard to listen and watch what goes around the world with these dogs. It truly is. You have me, living, I don't want to say luxury, but somewhat I'm living in luxury because I'm not tormented or terrorized by dogs as much as other places. I used to, back when I lived in the city, I used to be tormented. There was a loose dog, like almost every day. I've been chased by a pit bull once. I have so many encounters in living in the city. So I know what it's like living in torment and being, looking over your shoulder. It's not a good feeling. And they say a brief summary of Canada's dangerous dog laws. Joaquin Shaw. Dogs and people have lived together for up to 100 years. So they stated dogs and people, I'm guessing the domesticated dogs, have lived with dog people have lived together for over 100,000 years in mutually beneficial relationships. Really? So after so long, dogs have attacked and killed people despite living with each other mutually for over 100,000 years. And they said mutually. It's not a mutual relationship because it's the owner that is picking these dogs. Dogs don't pick the owner. Owners pick the dog. Then the owners have to brainwash, manipulate, train, force the dog to obey, and all this crap. It's not a mutual. It's not mutual. It's not like you meeting a person for the first time, you talk, hey, you click, and you just chill and do whatever. This is training, manipulating, wasting your time, wasting your energy just so the dog doesn't behave like a dog supposed to behave. But over 100,000 years, it seems like, they're not this dog culture isn't progressing. There's still like it doesn't make sense because dog culture is so toxic. How can we be living for over 100,000 years with dogs, but yet dogs will attack us, attack their owners, attack children over and over again? You think after this long it would be like, hey, I'm not going to attack anymore? But again, even when they're exposing the truth and the facts, they tend to still protect and uplift the dog. Nonetheless, each year, 4.5 million dogs in the United States and only 500,000 a year in Canada. Oh, that's again, comparing Canada to the United States, it's Skittles, man. It's I'm not, I don't want to say it's nothing, but it's come on. Wow. So and I kind of wonder what is it? Like what makes, I guess, Canadian dogs, based on the stats, more, I guess, less, they attack less than American dogs. I wonder why. A few bites each year are fatal, while bites are dropping in frequency, children are still the main victims. Yet again, children are still the main victims. And I'm about to say theory, but it's so obvious why. There are two reasons why. One, dogs are, they're worthless predators, and they view children, since they're smaller, as prey, as something to attack, something to eat, which is why why dog attacks on children are more common. It's like they're real animals. Some real animals will never go up against, like, let's say a lion. Like one lion will likely never go up against a giant elephant. One lion may not even go up against one of those bulls. So dogs, maybe they see adults as this giant, even though they still attack adults, no doubt. But again, they attack children the most. And it's probably because they see them as, they're smaller, and they see them as prey. Other reason is food. Dogs, even stray dogs, they fight for food. And when they see their owner, their food giver, giving them food, and also giving their real children food, that dog may sense, hey, my resources are shortening. I got to protect my resources. I want all the food to myself. Again, the dog doesn't know anything. The dog doesn't know this is the sun. The dog doesn't know where the hell he is. The dog doesn't know what the heck he is, or where he is, or when he is. The dog knows nothing. All the dog is to compete. They're competing. They feel like they're competing, even though the owner still shares the same or more amount of food with the dog and the child. This dog may think, hey, I'm gotta compete with this guy. No, I gotta take him out before he takes all my food. Because again, the dog doesn't know where the hell he is. The dog does not see the owner as a dog mom or a dog dad. They just see the owner as a food giver. That's it. And another thing, I guess, theory that I'm going to speculate is to why dogs attack their owner's face. Because again, where does the owner put food? If the owner's eating food, where does it go? It goes into their face. The dog watches the owner is eating and putting food into he or her face. The dog watches and sees and thinks, maybe the dog thinks, hey, that's where the food is going. That's where the food is. So what does the dog do? It attacks the face in searching for that food. That's just my little theory on that. Man. So again, comparing Canada dog, this dog nuttery to American dog, it's not the same. It's not the same. And then they add, for dog bites, the main common law remedies are negligence and, I don't know what that is, sentire. I've never heard that word before. Negligence means that an owner did not reasonably consider those who might be at risk of injury from the dog, which is what I have been saying for the last year and a half. Last year and a half is pretty much what I've been saying. Dog nuts, dog owner, the dog lover, they do not consider people either being afraid of dogs, not liking dogs. They think dogs are disgusting. They think everyone's going to like their dog. They go to a park, they loosen the dog. You go to someone's house, they don't tell you they have a dog. They say, hey, I put the dog away. Next thing you know, the dog is loose again. Can you believe that? I've been saying this for years. Dog owners, dog lovers, they think everyone loves dogs. They think everyone's going to love their dog. That's what they do. And according to this is negligence. If I had to say it, this is stupidity on the dog owner. Thinking everyone is going to like your dog. Thinking your dog isn't going to attack no one. My gosh. How could dog nuttery be so stupid? And they add, in some negligent cases, if a victim is partly to blame, being careless about his or her own safety or provoking a dog. Who provokes a dog? How do you even provoke a dog? Who does that anyways? Who? Most attacks are done when people are minding their own business. Minding their own business, and this dog has to go and attack you. And other times it happens is when the parents, again, the key word is negligent, when the parent allows their child, their baby, to fiddle with the dog, to jump on the dog, to kiss the dog, and the parent will stand back and take pictures, take videos, and then put that on the internet. And to show everyone, hey, I'm a negligent parent. Look what I did. And what does everyone do? They praise it. It gets millions of views. What do you think the other dog is going to do? Hey, I want that much views. I want that attention. They're going to do the same thing again and again and again. You know what I think? A lot of these dog attacks, or most or some, have occurred when some dog nut parent had their child laying with the dog. They either turn their back or they put the camera on them, and boom, a dog attack happens. Then they tell the news a bogus story. The child was just eating, doing nothing. The child was just sitting there. The child was just running. The child was doing this. And they've changed the whole story just to save the dog and to save themselves and to save the reputation of this toxic dog culture. Dog lovers are known liars. They are known liars. They are. They say strict liability where one keeps a dangerous thing at one's peril. This means that if you decide to keep a dangerous thing, such as dynamite in your home, you are in peril because the law will hold you responsible if the thing hurts someone. If you are also did things to try to make the dangerous things safer, such as putting it in a lockbox, so in Scienter cases, a dog's owner must compensate the victim for any harm done. If he cannot use the defense that he was careful and made reasonable effort to prevent harm, however, the victims have to show that the dog acted viciously in the past, and B, the owner knew this. This is just lousy. This is come on. Like, why why do people have these dangerous dogs? And they've told us that they've been known to attack people left to right nonstop. But then when you're attacked by one, you have to prove this, you got to do this, you got to say this. You know, in some laws, you can't harm a dog unless it's already attacking you. In some places in their laws, you can't harm or hurt a dog unless it's actually harming you. So if a dog is growling mean at you or aggressive and it looks like it's going to attack, you cannot hit the dog. You have to wait. Like dog lovers say, stand still. They say tuck your branches in and just stand still. After the dog bites your private area off, that's when you can now attack the dog. That's when now you can hit the dog or shoot the dog or slice the dog or get Stormbreaker and go for the head. It's ridiculous. From the Globe and Mail, dog attacks are a public health issue and should be treated like one. Again, I've touched base on various dog diseases. Dogs are a infested disease trap. They come with various diseases, worms. They're always sick. They're dirty. They're filthy. They're worthless. And many people who are often sick, it is likely because they have and own a dog in their home. Who does that? Who brings a filthy, disgusting, disease-ridden thing and allows it to live in their house? That's just disgusting. And then they wonder why they're sick, but hey, they're not going to admit, hey, it's the dog. Again, dogs are disgusting. The home should be kept sacred and clean. It should be your place to restore, rejuvenate. But instead, some of these people have nasty dogs in their house. Instead of rejuvenating after long days of work, they're rejuvenating after their own dog has chopped off, mauled off their arm, their limbs. Some don't even make it back home because that same worthless mutt they have in their house, due to diseases or bites, have killed them. Christina, 55, was mauled to death in the backyard of her East End Montreal home by her neighbor's pit bull. Since the June 8th incident, there has been much discussion in the city and the province about appropriate public policy response. Montreal Mayor Denis Coderre has promised a new municipal bylaw that will ban the acquisition of new pit bulls, mandate the sterilization existing ones, and demand that they be muzzled in public. And what, again, these people can make laws all they want, but when it comes to the dog, they will always, always, always turn the other way. Always. In Toronto, there was a year where Pit bulls were attacking left to right. Then they banned them, but then I still kept seeing these things all over the place. Even today, they're all over the place. So banning them and having these laws does absolutely nothing. What needs to be done is for us to get our dog slayers and put these dogs down. No more laws, no more banning, no more saying we're going to ban them. Let's come together, dig a hole and bury these dogs in and just end it there. Seriously. They add, when wildlife, coyotes, cougars, bears wander into cities, we take immediate action. This is true. And again, this is something I've went over before. When a coyote's nearby, a bear's nearby, a cougar's nearby, whether they attack or not, sometimes they will put down these animals immediately. They will kill them immediately. One bear, one coyote. Probably the only sightings of these things for the first time ever. And what do? They put them down. Instead of moving them, hey, let's move these guys to a place where, bears can wander and live peacefully. But no, they put them down immediately. Whereas with the dog, oftentimes, I'm not saying they don't kill and shoot a dog instantly. They do. But sometimes, most times, they'll be gentle with the dog. They'll capture it, put it in a cage, give it a little vacation, give it food, feed it, treat it like it's that dog's at a 5-star hotel. Then what do? They put the dog right back into the public. Dog attacks someone, same thing. The dog attacks someone, kills someone, they capture a dog, and they put in a cage. A bear's just wandering around the city. Coyotes wander around the city. What happens? They shoot and kill them immediately. Again, if you add up coyote, cougars, and bears attacks, or bear fatalities in total, it is a tiny fraction compared to what dogs, aka man's best friend, has done. But yet these animals get treated so poorly, while dogs, as they're worthless and more dangerous, are given a pass. It is just ridiculous. And they add, so why do we tolerate savage animals like pit bulls being brought deliberately in our midst and only act when something occurs that is outrageous? That inaction becomes politically unattainable. The usual justification for the do-nothing stance on vicious dogs is that there are no bad pit bulls, only bad owners. We've heard this so many times. So many times. So many times, but pit bulls continue to attack and kill people who are minding their own business. You see a coyote in the city, chances are this coyote won't even pay you any mind. It'll just keep walking, looking for a dog to maul on. Pitbull sees you and it's in the house. What it does, it barks at you right through the window. Like, why? I'm walking on public sidewalk. I'm not in your house. But the dog wants to bark at you through the house? Sometimes you can't even see the dog. The dog can see you and it's barking at you. Like, what? On the second floor. Same thing. Sometimes the dog's on the second floor and it's barking at you just because you're walking on the sidewalk? No other animal does this. Birds are all over the place. Their nests are all over the place, but they don't act like this. Some do, sure, when they feel threatened, when they get a bit too close, but You wander all over the city, all over the street, city, parks, where birds are all over the place, and they don't attack you. But these dogs? Gun lobby rhetoric. There are no bad guns, only bad people. The reality is that dog bites, up to including fatal maulings, are complex public health problems. There are an estimated 500,000 dog bites in a year in Canada, and 3/4 of the victims are children under the age of 10. This is like a good read, but I'm not going to read all of it, but there's a lot of good information here. And they're stating the obvious. They state the obvious, and this is Globe and Mail, a very high prolific media company, and they put this out in 2016. Andre Picard. Like I said, it was around maybe 2005, 2004. Ontario banned the breeding and importation of pit bulls in 2005, and the citizens are better off for it. In Toronto, the number of pit bull attacks has fallen to 13 in 2013 from 168 in 2004. Checkmate. So banning doesn't work. It helps, but it doesn't work. Even though they banned these things, there are still attacks happening. So that means their pit bulls are still existing. And I'm saying these bannings, these laws do nothing. You got to end them right away. Like these hunters can kill deer, rabbits, duck for no reason, we can kill dogs for a reason. They say, for the last thing, owning a dog is not a right, it's a privilege, and it comes with responsibilities. It's a privilege. It's a mental disorder. Like, why would someone want to own a dog? A big ass ugly thing. Some are very tiny ugly ass things, but man, that was a good read. Going to Calgary. Fatal dog attack that killed senior leaves Northwest Calgary community shaken. This just happened recently, June 06, 2022. 666. I mean, that's what's wrong with people. Like, they're not proactive. People aren't proactive. They're reactive. They people only respond and react after something happens. Even though they see a dangerous, nasty dog there, they're scared of it, but they're not going to say anything. Let's say this dog has never attacked anyone. But you know, hey, due to history with these kind of dogs, with dogs, hey, these things can attack and kill people. They know that, but they look at a dog as individual. And they look at this dog, they know this dog is nasty, they know this dog's about to attack someone, but they don't speak up, they don't take action. And they only speak up after someone has lost their lives. When they could have saved millions of lives, they could have saved one life, they chose not to speak up. They chose to ignore it. And to wait till something happens. And that's why Sometimes I just don't. I hate people, man. Like sometimes they're just dumb. People, as dumb as a dog lover is, sometimes some people can be just really dumb, dumb and lazy. Always have to wait for something to happen before they take action. And now this community apparently is shaken up. Calgary police say 86-year-old woman died Sunday afternoon after she was attacked by 3 dogs. 86-year-old woman attacked by 3 dogs. And again, dogs don't care about age. Even though children are the main victims, dogs don't give a damn about age. They don't give a damn if you're the owner, your status, if you're rich or poor, male or boy, fat or slim. They will attack you and they will kill you. If a dog attacks, their main purpose is to kill. Don't think a dog is going to attack you like, I attack you, hey, you're almost about to die, hey, I'm gonna walk away now. No, they attack you to kill you. If dogs are better than humans, apparently this is attempted murder if they attack you and you're saved before you hit the demise. Because a dog's intention, again, is to, if they attack, it's to kill you. Dogs don't care about you. They don't care about you. They rushed to help the woman moments after the attack and held her while she waited half an hour for an ambulance. Lane, whose full name is CBC News, has agreed to withhold. She had known the woman for 26 years and said she was a longtime resident of the community. See, dogs don't give a shit if you're a longtime resident of a community. He said the woman went by the nickname Rusty or Red because of her auburn hair. He said he heard a commotion outside and left his home thinking he might need to break up a fight when he found the woman choking on the ground. He said he held her up while his wife called 911 and the dog's owner brought towels to keep her warm. You don't see that often in America, where the dog owner will at least give you a towel to keep you warm. Usually dog owners will just walk away as if nothing happened. But at least this person, this dog nut, at least this guy gave her a towel. He did something. He didn't just walk away like a stooge. They were called around 2 p.m. Attacked by 3 dogs. She was gardening. Gardening. Something so therapeutic, peaceful, rewarding as gardening. And you're being attacked for it. You're going to be attacked as you're doing it. Attacked by dogs. Something so simple as gardening. I love gardening. When you're attacked and killed by 3 dogs. The dogs were owned by one of the woman's neighbors. Authorities believe the 3 dogs to be a North American Pit Bull Terrier mix. It's no surprise. And our condolences go out to the family and loved ones of the victim as we continue to investigate this incident. Man. And the rest of the article was just about the lady, which is nice. It's nice, but they really should be demonizing these dogs. They really should be letting loose on these dogs. Man, if this was regarding a president, Biden or Trump, some of these reporters will subtly take jabs and attack the president. They'll attack and ridicule presidents or other people. But after dogs have killed someone, it's like, and this is not the first time, mind you. This is not the first time dogs or the pit bull have attacked. Yet, there's no word, there's no attacking, there's no like letting loose on these dogs. Attack happened, and now they just talk about the lady, which is nice. And let's ignore all the other dogs out there now. This is a perfect time. When these attacks happen, this is a perfect time to let loose and be completely honest regarding these dogs. One thing I would say if writing an article, I'll be like, hey, these pit bull attacked once again. What is the plan? Why do we allow these dogs to continue to exist? Who's going to be the next victim? Something like that. And I would say banning and these laws do not work. These dogs need to be killed and wiped out of existence. How much more innocent lives are we going to kill because of these dogs? How many more times our community is going to be shaken up because of these dogs? Attack happens, we get shaken up. Next few days, we're back to normal as if nothing happened. We keep judging dogs by individual when we should be judging dogs as a whole. All dogs. All dogs, then there's pit bulls, but all dogs should be judged as the same. And we should then eliminate these dogs from our communities. This lady was gardening, mind you. She was gardening, doing something peaceful and nice and rejuvenating. And what does she get in return? 86-year-old, attacked by 3 dogs. She was an asset to the community for 26 years. For over 26 years. And just like that, 3 dogs attack her and we play dumb. No, that should not be the way how we should respond to this. Just like this whole pandemic, just like, terrorists or any burglar, whatever, we take action. We take decisive action. And we eliminate the threat. You're telling me we can send our young people all over the world to eliminate other people, but we cannot eliminate dogs in our own backyard, in our own city, own state, own province, own country? Man, things like this just it pisses me off. So just recently, police arrest man gives his dog to animal services after a string of attacks overnight. 2 people attacked by dog went to hospital with injuries. Toronto police say they arrested a man and given his dog to animal services after a string overnight attack. Police said they responded to reports of a carjacking in the area of 3rd Street and Lakeshore Boulevard West at around 2:45 a.m. Constable David Hopkins, spokesperson for the Toronto Police, said the man ordered an Uber, and when the driver arrived, the man attacked the driver. Hopkins said the man then allowed his dog, the 500-pound brown pit bull or mastiff, to attack the driver before fleeing in the driver's car. So yet again, we have a dog nut using their dog as a weapon to attack innocent people for absolutely nothing. Using their dogs as weapons, these bully breeds, these pit bulls, attacking an Uber driver. And attacking a woman and other people. Attacking, 4 people in one night with these dogs. Do you think these dogs gave a shit? Excuse my language. Do you think these dogs cared who they attacked? If dogs are truly man's best friend, why do they attack other people for no reason? You'd think, hey, I'm not gonna attack this guy. Why am I attacking him? He did nothing to me. Hey, owner, I don't want to attack this guy. No, they just attack because that's what they do. They're demonic pests. They're demonic demons. They attack for no reason. No legitimate reason. And then we have these dog owners using these dogs as weapons. Just like the police, just like the army, they use dogs as weapons. 100-pound. Oh. Man, oh man. Dog bite related fatalities in Canada from 1983 to 2017. So between those dates, there were only 42 incidents, resulting in 43 deaths. That's it's a small amount when you compare it to the US. But yet, man's best friend is still killing people left to right, even in Canada. If these are truly man's best friend, this should be at a 0. It should be 0. How many people died from worms? Like earthworms. How many people have died from being attacked by a blue jay? A cardinal? How many people have been died from a hawk? Seagulls? How many people have died from not owning a dog? If you don't own a dog, you're nowhere near dogs. How many people have died without there being a dog in their presence? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But what I'm trying to say is, you're a lot safer when there are no dogs around. If there's a dog around, chances are there's going to be problems. There are going to be problems. As soon as the dog's in the area, there's going to be a problem. But when you don't have a dog in the area, or in your house, you don't own a dog, you're all good. You live good. You live nice. Don't have to worry about being bitten or barking, all that crap. But as soon as a dog is put in your house, it's even though it's your house, you're paying for the bills, the dog doesn't care. It's likely going to attack you and it's going to kill you. It's going to cause problems. So you go out and you buy a problem and you put in your house. That does not make any sense. People who own dogs, they make no sense whatsoever. The majority of these attacks are blamed on huskies or sled dogs. So in any dog up north, there has some husky characteristics. And later on, I want to do videos on huskies. I want to dissect this ugly, this dangerous wolf-looking like dog. They look like wolves, but they are vastly way more dangerous, way more annoying, way more problematic than the actual wolf. And they say these problems occur where there's no animal control, sometimes on First Nations. You don't need animal control. If you have, and you see a dog, and let's say you have a knife, or a stormbreaker, or a firearm, that's your animal control. Why do you need to call some random dog nut to come there to take the dog just so he can put it back in another neighbor in someone else's property? Take care of yourself. If these are stray dogs or not, doesn't matter, and they're causing a threat, they're problematic, put them down. They do that to coyotes, they do that to cougars, they do that to bears. They see one in the city, hey, let's go shoot it. Boom, they're dead instantly. Hunters go kill innocent deer for no reason. The meat industry kills over trillions of animals a year that no one cares. But all of a sudden, when it comes to these dogs, you can't kill it. So people can snipe deer. They can put animals into butchering machines. But you can't kill a dog that's threatening you, that is problematic? What kind of dog nuttery is this? So, in terms of attacks, 14 of them occur at home, 14 where the dog is loose, 6 as a relative, 8 as a neighbor. So again, it does not matter. It does not matter whether you're the owner, you're the child, a relative, neighbor, if you're a stranger, whatever the case may be, these dogs will attack you. These dogs do not care who you are or when you are or wherever you are. How old you are, they don't care. And people acting as if dogs know us or dogs know what the hell they're doing. They don't. Dogs have one goal, and that is to eat. And sometimes if they have to eat, they're going to eat you. That means they're going to attack you and kill you. So in Canada, it's probably on the reserves, husky dogs have attacked the most. And I'm really gonna do a video on huskies. I really gotta dissect them, yo. I really gotta shine the light on these huskies. I've shined the light on pit bulls a lot. Rottweilers too. I gotta shine the light on Rottweilers. I'm on German Shepherds. Look at this. Unknown mix. Then they have, I'll even include Rottweilers. They have Pit Bull. They have the Bull Mastiff. They have mixed breed, unconfirmed. And all of these are all bully breeds. All of them. But they have to mix it up just so it doesn't look too bad. Let's let's give the husky the spotlight for once. Pit bulls have been in the news for far too long. We got to protect them. So let's mix it up a bit. These are the stats. Again, if you look at these, it's babies. These are babies. Babies, man. Indicated drunken roommate provoked the dog. If you didn't have a dog, that wouldn't have happened. Some people are drunk and they don't have dogs and they're not attacked by dogs. You're drunk, you have a dog, all of a sudden you're going to get attacked by a dog? We don't need dogs. The dogs are like landmines or something, man. People call dogs or pit bull land sharks, but that's offensive to sharks. That's offensive to sharks. All these are babies, man. These are all mostly babies. And again, they don't care. 3-week-old. They don't care. These dogs don't care. They don't care. These dogs don't give a damn. Man, they don't care. I still have a lot to go through. Yeah, I think I've been on for quite some time. I really looked through this one. This is about the same guy who used his dog to attack the Uber driver and went on a string of attacks using his pit bull to attack other people. Probably the same thing again. Robert says he was attacked by a dog on Sirer Avenue in Vanier on Saturday, an encounter that left him bleeding from injuries to his forearms and ankle. This happened in Ottawa. He was fighting for his life because of these dog attacks. So why? I get it. They're reporting the attack, but they're not talking about what needs to be spoken about. These things don't care, man. They're gonna chaw your arm off, man. Yeah. No, okay. After the second attack, police said the officers found the dog and they used a stun gun. But if this was a coyote or a bear, they would kill it instantly. Sometimes just for roaming in the city, they're going to kill it. They do this to dogs all the time. Man. This is about the 86-year-old that died by those 3 dogs. And they're saying Alberta orders review into ambulance response to dog attack victim. Again, it's I don't know the case. I don't know where this is located in Calgary. I don't know. But again, if we get rid of these dogs, then we wouldn't have a problem with dogs. We wouldn't have. Do you think this lady, all respect to her, but do you think this lady ever spoke up against dogs? Did she ever spoke up against dogs ever once? I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe. But chances are most of the people who have been attacked, they've never spoke up against dogs. Never. And I think it should be everyone's responsibility by now, 2022, by now to speak up against these dogs. And if you don't speak up or say anything, if you're neutral, if you're, you sympathize with dogs, if you don't want to own a dog but still sympathize with dogs, and you say nothing against them, then you're to blame. If a dog attacks you, it's technically your fault because you're allowing them to exist. I don't want these things to exist. I don't want other people dying because of a dog. I want people to go out gardening, go to the park without worrying about a dog. If all dogs just drop dead, we'll be all fine. If worms drop dead, that would be an issue. If birds drop dead, that would be an issue. If cows drop dead, that would be an issue. But if dogs drop dead, who cares? At least we're not going to have more babies and adults dying for no reason. In Saskatchewan, family grieving after man dies in dog attack in northern Saskatchewan. Another First Nation. This is another thing I have to look up. I got to look up dog culture in these reserves. Because I'm noticing as I'm going through this, it happens quite often there. And again, if I'm guessing these dogs are strayed, I'm guessing they're stray dogs. But these people do nothing. I mean, how do you do nothing about something, and then when something happens, you're going to complain about it? Hey, this is something dangerous. Maybe I should take care of it. It's called being proactive, but if you don't want to be proactive with dogs and you get attacked or you die, it's still your fault. You're still at fault. You're a bystander, just like with bullying. You're a bystander. You did nothing. Just at work, if you see something's unsafe and you do nothing, you will still be at fault. So if you don't own a dog and you see these dogs around and you say or do nothing, then you are at fault. It's going to be on you. It's going to be your fault. So another one in Saskatchewan. I'm going to try to roll through this fast as possible. I have a lot to go through. Again, 2 coyotes destroyed after pack attack on man dog in southwest Edmonton. Again, attack. See, they just put these things down immediately. But when it's a dog, like the other one, they use a stun gun. They use one of those little loop sticks. They take the dog into some place and they give it the sleeping pill, the sleeping jab. I want to see how they destroyed them. Killing coyotes is a last resort. You're right. Illegal feeding may be to blame. Again, it's all about housing. Like, my goodness, I moved here to the place I am 16 years ago. It was perfect. Less traffic. I mean, it was great. Since they have been developing houses and condos like crazy, the traffic has been crazy. The traffic has been freaking crazy. To get home from 5 miles, what normally would take 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But yesterday, oh my goodness, 5 miles took nearly an hour to get home. Because they're developing all these homes, a lot of people are coming in and moving in. That means A lot of habitats where these animals live, coyotes, etc., are being destroyed. They have nowhere else to go. So what do you think is going to happen? Again, some people are just not proactive. They're not. They destroyed them. Like they say destroyed. I don't think they ever state how they did, but it's unfair though. Chances are they were going for the dog. They're going for the worthless mutt. And I gotta applaud these coyotes again. Thank you, coyotes, for killing and eating these dogs. I appreciate it very much. You are actually real dogs. I think it's the same one in Calgary again. And they say neighbors say multiple calls made to 911 fallen dog attack. I bet if someone said they were abusing a dog, maybe they would have come a lot quicker. Something attacked by a dog? We'll be right there in a second. Someone's abusing a dog? We're right there right now. Boom, they're already there. Man. But if you're not proactive with these dogs, that's what's gonna happen. There's no excuse. I've been making these videos for a year and a half now. I've been on other social media sites, giving my input. There's a lot of things out there that are anti-dog, so there's no excuse. With the internet, there's no excuse. If you're going to stand there and say and do nothing, then you're part of the problem as well. We looked at this one. Look at this. Raccoon attacks leave East Vancouver neighborhood on edge. So oh man. The attack would not end until Joyski was bloodied and knocked to the ground. Began on a sunny, hot afternoon in East Vancouver with a few distracted yaps from her tiny, worthless mutt. Look at this rat. It's a rat. Oh, look at this giant, nasty rat. Look at his ugly ass paws too. Dog paws are so ugly. He looks so ugly. On edge because of a raccoon, ladies and gentlemen. And she has two worthless mutts. Look at this ugly thing. I don't want to see it. Oh, man. Oh, man. They're on edge because of raccoon, but hey, you can have these annoying little crap dogs barking and yapping at everyone, and and you gotta be okay with it. Your little Chihuahua dog can yap at people, growl at people. Don't complain about it. Hey, a raccoon is, doing what it does to protect itself. Hey, let's be on edge now. Man, this dog culture is they think they're slick. Dog nuts think they're slick, man. They think they are slick. I don't know what this is.
Next to the type of scenario that sends a shiver down the spine of anyone who has a dog.
A warning about some of the details in this story. A Markham family sharing details of their scary encounter with wildlife. CTV's Beth McDonnell is live with more on what happened. Beth.
scary indeed, Michelle. Despina Valkanis was walking along this sidewalk last night with her dog, Clyde. She says he's quiet and likes to go for walks. She's shocked that a coyote attacked them.
Oh, hi.
Despina Valkanis and her 9-year-old Yorkie, Clyde, are reunited and recovering. It's been a traumatic time after they encountered a coyote.
I heard my dog yelp for help. It was just like a big squeal. I turned around. He was in the mouth of the coyote.
Listening to headphones, Valkanis says she didn't realize the coyote was following them. When the coyote attacked, instincts took over.
And my first instinct was to save him. So I grabbed onto him. At the same time, something bit me. I'm not sure if it was my dog or the coyote. There was quite a bit of blood.
It happened last night around 7:45 when Valkanis was walking Clyde near their Markham home in the Cornell neighborhood.
Coyote, watch for the coyote. And then I was, you know.
Valkanis is thankful Jessie Pushell, who was across the road, saw the coyote and tried to scare it away.
So I was trying to get her attention. I was screaming on the top of my lungs and trying to run after her because I figured
the rabies disease, they said that I need to do the rabies shots.
Valkanis says she was aware of coyotes in the area but didn't realize they would approach in daylight. She says she won't be walking alone or with headphones anymore. Clyde is small but was brave during the attack.
Actually,
You know it was brave. This makeup shot, you know it was brave. Brave for doing what? Getting attacked? Brave for being a lapdog? Brave for what? Calling it brave. Like, what are you calling it brave for? Brave. Dog's already worthless. Dog can't even survive. You think this dog could be brave enough to survive in the wild? Dog will be dead in 2 days. Can't even find those dogs out in the wild. Talk about brave. Bunch of dog nutters. And she has the audacity to kiss the worthless mutt. Oh, it's nasty. God, dog nutter is disgusting. Alright. Last thing I'm going to show